Hello there, everybody. Welcome here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're back on Friday evening to do the Monster Hits. We've come a long way with this. We're now up to 1981. Yep, this is now fully into the pop, new wave time period of music, which dominated a lot of music. You don't realize it till you start looking at all the hits and stuff that went on during that time period. Even the stuff that you may not like or don't like, they were very big at this point in time. So I've chosen 10. I've looked through the list of big hits. There's a couple places I look and I pull out all of the big hits, I put them on a piece of paper, and then I cut it down to 10, and then I rank the 10 that I like the most. And I try never to do, well, I don't do any band more than one hit. So you might have bands like back in 79, Supertramp had 3 or 4 big hits at once, but I only chose one of them because that's the way I like to roll. So one for each band. So, and this was a big year for me, especially because Rush came out with one of their big albums this year. So there was a lot of tracks on that could have easily put on this, but I only chose one. So anyways, we're going to do this in the way we always do it, which is from my least favorite of the 10 songs to my most favorite of the 10, or from 10th to 1st. And there's not much separating a lot of these songs, so you know, if I have a one song ranked 3rd and that you think it should be 1st, you know, it's on the chart. That should be good enough, right? It's made the list. That's all that matters. You're in the final cut, as they say. And then I did put down some honorable mentions at the end. Some songs didn't make it on the list because they were up against themselves, and so they had to, only one of them can go. So we'll do it the way I said, starting with number 10, Centerfold from the J. Geils Band. You know that. I love whistling that song. I whistle it all day long at work, most days. I pretty much still sing that song most days. So it comes in at number 10. Number 9 is that famous Talking Head song, Once in a Lifetime. I love this track. And the guy's vocals are so unique and so catchy. I love them. So number 8 is Men at Work, that Australian band that I grew to love quite a bit when I got their album. And this was their big hit, Who Can It Be Now? I guess it could have been A Land Down Under, but this is the one that I liked. Next up comes from a band that we've been doing a little bit of on this channel this week, Styx, and it's Too Much Time on My Hands from their Paradise Theater album. Then you get to Rush, coming in at number 6. Yes, they only got number 6. If this song had, if I was doing this the first couple weeks after this song came out, or even the first few years, this would have been number 1 easily. But it's played and played and played to death. I can't stand it anymore. I hope I never hear it again. Yet I recognize that it's a great song, and we're talking about Tom Sawyer from Rush. Number 5 from Genesis, Abacab. I always like this. This is the beginning of that kind of power drumming that Genesis and Phil Collins are both known for. Number 4 comes from this was the first album by this band that I ever had, and for decades it was the only album, and I don't know why I waited so long, but I do love this album, and I do love this single quite a bit. It's Burnin' For You from Blue Oyster Cult. Number 3, again, Phil Collins with his power drumming, In the Air Tonight, one of the great first hits for this individual, Phil Collins, and really put this style on them. And I think he got this from Intruder from Peter Gabriel's album. Number 2 is a song I've long loved. It's one of the few songs that I love that isn't really on my favorite album by them, and it's Fight the Good Fight from Triumph. This is a great hard rockin' song, so good. And number 1 comes from Fair Warning, and it's that great marriage song, Unchained. Yeah, I had to put that in there. I had to choose between it and the other one, and I chose this one because I like it better. The other one could have been fairly high up too, though. So so I'll just reiterate them so that we don't miss any here. Just gonna fix my note thing. It seems to want to move around on my rack here. There we go, right there. That's it. So we got number 1 is Unchained from Van Halen. Number 2, Fight the Good Fight from Triumph. Number 3, In the Air Tonight from Phil Collins. Number 4, Burnin' for You from a Blue Oyster Cult. Number 5, Abacab from Genesis. Number 6, Tom Sawyer from Rush. Number 7, Too Much Time on My Hands from Styx. Number 8, Who Can It Be Now from Men at Work. Number 9, Once in a Lifetime, The Talking Heads. And last but not least, Centerfold from the J. Giles Band. Some honorable mentions include Don't You Want Me, you know that Don't You Want Me from the Human League, or Don't You Want Me Baby. Start Me Up from the Stones. Invisible Sun and Every Little Breath She Takes Is Magic from the Police. Mean Street from Van Halen as well, could have easily been high on the charts too. Message of Love from the Pretenders, I love that track too. Red Barchetta on Limelight from Rush, of course. They lost out to Tom Sawyer. When You See the Chance, Take It, from Steve Winwood. Rock This Town from the Stray Cats. That's when I started getting into that kind of rockabilly. I was starting to drift away from some of this music and get into that rockabilly and some blues and stuff like that at this period of time. Didn't take place for another 2 or 3 years, but I was moving in that direction. And then the last song that I want to mention is You Better You Bet from The Who. Kind of a poppy tune, but I did like it. I like most of the stuff The Who does, though. So I hope you enjoyed this video of Monster Hits. Please rank your 10 below. How did you feel about that year in general, really? Was it a good year? Was it a not so good year? Did it have some good stuff? Maybe it was a weak year. I don't know. You tell me. So please like and subscribe. It's much appreciated. And we will be back next Friday with another episode of Monster Hits. This time it'll be 1982, though. So take care.